That's where we'll be famous.
You're in the shot.
Let's turn this way. Come closer, guys, please. We don't have to shout too much, but. Alright, all good. So, we're going to work on like variously called twist or crossbody position now. So, from here, I'm trying to pass the half guard, but Grant is like doing a really good job with his underhook here. Like always trying to pressure me to try and think that if I commit too far forward, if he's going to be able to come up. If he's able to do that, I'm in trouble. So we're going to think about a golden rule, but let's call it a silver rule because you will break it sometimes. We're going to think about a line of his shoulders here. Then we're going to think about a wall here like this. We're going to think about my shoulders. So if my shoulders go beyond his shoulders here, all right, whether I'm facing this way or I'm facing this way, Grant can use his underhook and pretty successfully get to a good position. So we're going to think about a wall built here. I can't let my shoulders go beyond that. And in fact, sometimes I think I don't even let my head go beyond that. So once I get beyond here, I don't feel too good because he can use this underhook to throw. And now he's going to start to go to my back or he's going to start to go to his knees. So let's think about a shoulder wall. Don't break the shoulder wall. Ideally speaking, we want to wrap the underhook here and begin to pass the way we just showed in the warm-up. But if he's doing a good job with his underhook, it's not always possible, he's quite tight. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to think about blocking. When he gets his underhook here, if he's able to come up to his knees, go. Okay. It's not over, obviously, but it's big trouble for me. This is like a really dangerous position. He's going to use this to come up, okay? If he has the underhook, the combination of the underhook, plus some good leg control, maybe which we have dealt with before, my shoulders have gone beyond the shoulder line here. You can see that I'm overcommitted forwards. Even look at where my hand is. I'm having to put my hand on the mat. If I have to put my hand on the mat, that's a bad sign. Generally speaking, a bad sign. Because it means my balance is elsewhere other than him. I either need him for my balance, okay, or myself for my balance. And if I'm using the mat for my balance, there's exceptions, but it's not really generally a good thing, especially in half guard. So, once I break the wall here, I'm in trouble. So I'm going to stay back, and if he has the underhook here, the first thing I'm going to do to kill his underhook is put some weight down near his forearm. I'm going to hug his spine, and I'm going to think about putting on, Grant probably wears a thong, he's probably got a thong underneath. I'm going to think about a thong with my forearm here at his, let's not go too far into that. It's a stressful metaphor as it is, right? Especially the way he's dressed. So I'm going to think about putting my hand here like this, because it's going to block his hip, but the most of all what it's going to do is it's going to put weight on top of his forearm and not on his upper arm. If I'm up on his upper arm, he can still throw. If I'm down on his forearm, obviously that's quite weak. He's not going to be lifting me with his wrist. All right, although Grant has very strong wrists. So from here, I'm blocking like his hip and I'm hugging his back. I'm hugging the small of his back, gecko hand here at his back. And when he tries to lift now, his underhook is very weak, okay? Other thing I'm going to do for now is I'm going to keep my head in front of his shoulder. Okay, now I'm ready to change position. I don't like to change position from any other position other than this. Now I'm going to go cross body. Hand coming over here and changing my position to face his legs. Now I reverse the position. I put my hand down on his low back here because I want to stop his hips from moving outwards. I'm going to clamp here like this. I'm going to try and do two things. I want to stop his hips from moving out this way. So if he's able to escape his hips back out, he's going to maybe be able to re-guard. So I'm going to clamp here. Now the second thing is, I don't want him to put this elbow on the ground. That will become apparent later. Put your elbow on the ground, Grant. Your elbow.
Always backwards?
Yeah. Put flat now. Okay. He's able to do it now. Go. You see that? Make sense? So I'm going to look for that. It does mean caressing one of Grant's buttocks, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And in the middle of a roll, it doesn't really matter, okay? So from here, I'm here. When he wins that underhook now, remember, optimally, I want to be under here. I can't get under there, I'm here. Head in front here like this. Now I'm going to switch position. I'm going to twist to face the other side. Go across his body here. Hug here. Start to clear my knee. And this is just going to be all we're doing for now. Okay? I'm looking for this tightness here on this side. And I'm going to just point out that I haven't broken the shoulder line. Remember the shoulder wall. Closer you get to the shoulder wall, more likely it is you'll break it. So stay nice and near his elbow. Let's look one more time. Look for the underhook, can't get it. Clear my knee. I want you to see your knee. Shoulder wall isn't broken and he's not able to get his elbow down to the ground. Easy. Okay, that's just drill one. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. So, doesn't happen so much as you get more advanced, but when I twist like this now, every now and again when the guy sees that my back is facing towards the mat, he might fancy a bridge. He might think to himself, I'll bridge him over and end up on top. It doesn't happen so much. The more advanced you get, the guy tends to say, whoop, need to stay here. But what we're going to be when we do this position, we're always going to be ready with our leg here. If he wants to bridge, he must open his legs. If he does that, I must do this. Okay, all that what this is about is just preventing him from bridging me back this way. When he goes to bridge me back this way now, I'm pretty active with it. Let's do that live. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm able to drive backwards using here. Okay, can we see that? So it's a counteraction. What it isn't is like a sloppy dead foot with my backside hitting the mat. When he bridges back here, I'm actually really active on my toes on the bottom of my foot. Go. Okay? Just as an aside, let's move around this way, shall we? So let's see what we're going to do today, which is going to be the Kimura. So from here, I need to see your knee, okay, in this position. You need to see your knee. And he needs to not be able to put his elbow down on the ground. Because if I go for the Kimura here and he puts his elbow down on the ground, the position's still here, so it's not bad. But to be honest, when you start to clear your leg now, if he's got his elbow on the ground, he actually has not like a good chance to take it back, but like a reasonably decent. It's not really like a good control here to have like this. Okay? What I really want is like here, like this. Okay? His elbow off the mat, so I got space here. What I'm going to start to do is roll across him. I want you to think about putting your back of your head down towards his pants, okay? Don't think about rolling up here. Think about going backwards here. Your knee must be free for this movement. And we're going to come up here. Okay, you're going to be upside down for a second. Don't worry about that too much. Use your free foot. And we're going to land here. We're just going to wait. Okay? Don't pause here once you've done this position. Because he's got a choice now. He can stay on his back. He stays on his back. Up you come, you pass the guard, and you're in the Kimura position. We'll do that in a sec. If he sits up, this is what we kind of really want. Don't let him get up on his elbow. Keep sort of pushing his elbow across his belly. Use your momentum. Slide your knee underneath him. Catch your hook. And go to his back. Some of you have done this already, but we'll add some detail. So from here, cross body, shoulder wall is maintained here like this. I gave some of you a little test. The test was, he throws his underhook up, and if he's able to throw you back, then you're too high. Throw your underhook up now. That's good, okay? Catch the wrist, go here. Okay? Keep his elbow off the ground, and in fact, I want you to see, counterintuitively, people think you want to have the underhook over here, but actually I want the underhook up on top of him a little bit, on his hand on his belly button. And in fact, if he grabs the pants, which is pretty common, it actually kind of helps this position because it locks it into place. Now I'm going to dive, I'm going to roll my head underneath. Let go of my leg there. Sorry. I look like a fool, man. Make me roll like an idiot. Clear your knee. He's going to clamp onto your leg He's going to clamp onto your leg this time. And when I roll over, I'm going to get caught. So you're going to use your free leg because he's clamped onto my leg. Here, use your free leg to kick yourself free. Okay, so you're going to be upside down for that fraction of a second. Good tight grip here with both hands. As he tries to come up, your knee goes underneath. You can see my knee comes clear. I put my hook in. I use that knee to lift. And then from there, without detaching the Kimura, bring it over his head. Good to go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Lots of positions you've got to catch it from. You've probably done it from like standing position 1 as well. You know, probably done it from here as well. We're falling back to the back like almost a crucifix as well. You can see it if you haven't done it. Let's go. Let's best we can. Well, like we're trying to get across the middle. It's just the various positions with the Kimura. The first thing is like when I catch here like this, I'm never limp with my hands. I have to make sure that he feels pain. Not pain. It's not like sore all the time, but he has to feel that his arm is really, really restricted. So when you come over here and you're going for the Kimura, whether you're going on top or whether you're doing whatever you're doing, you're going to rev. And I want you to think about this forearm, the one that's wrapping underneath. I want you to think about the grinding on his arm with it. So from here, really jamming that there, okay? So if you just leave it slack here and loose, it's no good. So almost like he could create pain for me. So I'm gonna start torquing this arm. You can see already Grant's moving his body there to take the pressure off, okay? Yeah, because he hates it. So from here, once you cut here, don't just like slackly loosen your arms, leave your hands here. I'm creating a problem for him. Clear your knee. You must clear your knee. I'll just show really quickly what happens when you don't clear your knee when you roll. Your knee tight, you roll over. Who's going to go to back here? Oh, maybe him. Okay? If my knee isn't free, you could potentially use that to take my back. You can still do that, by the way, even if my knee is free, if he catches up with me. So you need to be careful of that too. But if you keep a good tight Kimura, you reduce the chances of that as well. So from here, free my knee, tight Kimura here. Going to go the same roll. I'm going to clear my leg, and then Grant's going to stay on his back because he's savvy. He knows that I might take his back from there. So I go, completely let go of his leg again. All right, which could happen. I'm sure. Look, guys, look. I don't have the arm like this. This gives him what he wants, which is like going to be able to maybe force his elbow to the mat here. Look back. You like drive your elbow down. Yeah. Okay. I need to be like pushing this across his belly. Can everybody see that? Yeah. It's pushed across his belly. So when Grant goes, try and put your elbow down to the mat now. Yeah, here. And this one is tight. Okay. I need to feel this discomfort here. Okay, I'm going to go for an alternate finish here. A lot of times when we think about Kimura, we think, roll to your side here, Grant, come up, step over the head, do this. It works all the time, a lot of the time. The problem is that we've gone from really like dominating the arm to giving him an opportunity to escape. So when we go here, like this is really dominant here, even though it looks like a 50-50 position. And when I come up, I give him the opportunity to start to like bind his hands together, get up to his knees, do all sorts. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin almost on the spot, and I'm going to turn back directly onto my face here and finish here. So what we're going to do, we're going to really use this arm, right? From here, instead of thinking about going over his head now, I'm going to push his hand down to the mat this side, and I'm going to really go down here. You may need to let go of your own hand a little bit here and just use the chop. From here, it's pretty nasty. And you can hear Grant tap very, very fast because it's a lot of pressure. My chest is down on his shoulder, come up shaft. All right, I'm completely just dominating the arm. I'm gonna try and drive my chest down onto his shoulder as well to do it. Let's just go from that inverted position that you all got into. From here, this elbow, when you turn, look, you can see that it's almost going down to the mat here, like this, okay? My chest here, my hip bone is against his cheek, and from here, I'm gonna finish like this. Yeah, hey, everybody see that? Right. Now this is fun, isn't it? Maybe turn the other way. Hold the leg. Hold the leg this time, grab place. Because that, you hear this, you know? Knee free, very important. Kimura tight and staying on his belly. Tight and staying on his belly. Not waving around the air. Grant savvy, you know, so you can take my back here. Spot. Drop your elbow to the mat. Hip bone against his head. Chest against his shoulder. For the finish there. Good to go? Let's go. 3, 2, 1.